Hello angels! Welcome back to another stream of the Cosmic Will Sisterhood. Hi Neve, glad you could make it. Yeah, today we will be continuing from where we left off last week. I can see that you're spamming the Palestinian flag emoji in chat, but it's only coming through on my end as just pss, pss, pss. So it's like there's a very enthusiastic cat in chat. So yeah, I've named the stream today the Witchy Primaries because I believe last time we finished on Dahlia telling us that she was planning on running for head of the coven, and I think Jasmine is about to tell us that she's also going to run for head of the coven. We agreed quite heavily with a lot of the stuff that Dahlia was saying last time. The only thing we really disagreed on was that she said to cut contact with mortals. But other than that, all of her politics seem pretty sound, so I wonder what Jasmine's will be like. She was the person with the sword in her hair, yes, the warrior witch. Yes, so we have a message from Jasmine. Dear Fortuna, are you alright? I have some difficult news to share with you. Let me know when I can come and visit. Love, Jasmine. Yeah, sure. I liked Jasmine at first because she's very soft and, like, druidy, but I feel like her politics are a bit iffy and she also seems quite jealous. Hello, Fortuna. I come with terrible news. I don't know how to say it. Oh yeah, also Adana is dead. Adana is dead. You knew already? An arbiter told me. Oh yeah? How so? She's following my case and deemed it important to let me know. So the arbitrage office is still looking into your case? I'm glad to hear that. And how are you handling the news? I'm shocked, to be honest. To be fair, I think her real reaction is, I wanted to be the one to deal with her. And now that she's just dead, it's like, oh. Yes, this is going to be a tough blow for the coven. The first order of business is to decide how to deal with Adana's corpse. Yeah, Dahlia was here a couple of minutes ago and she brought me up to speed. Ah, good. So basically we have to decide whether to be fewer but stronger, or weaker but more diverse. What's your stance on this? I believe we should devour her. Of course she has the opposite opinion. Changing government and all, I believe that it's just not the best time to receive that many new trainees. There's already enough turmoil and having to establish a new direction. We need to be stronger than ever for the sake of our sisters. I see. And speaking of that, I'm running for leader. Yeah, so I heard. Girl, you are well informed for being isolated on this asteroid. What can I say? Anyway, I thought the coven could use some tender loving care after Adana. Will you help me with your divination, Fortuna? Can I count on your support? Tell me about your program first. Even though I have already promised Dahlia, I would like to hear what her thoughts are. Ah, but of course, sorry. Right now there are 5 pillars of the rule set of our coven: judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, mortal affairs, and witch duties. Yep, we know what all of the pillars are. We currently have runic judgment. I believe we shouldn't leave witch law in the hands of exogenous forces. My proposal is that judgment should be in the hands of the oldest 4 members of the coven in agreement with the leader. Oh hey Sally! Hello! Welcome to stream. Oh no, ads! Bad timing. But the oldest 4 members of the coven in agreement with the leader is very much reliant on the sort of not necessarily always correct idea of appealing to history, I think. Appealing to history and, like, age as authority. Being older doesn't necessarily mean you're wiser. And also, this then puts the leader as, like, an exception, because presumably Jasmine isn't that old, or is probably not one of the 4 oldest members of the coven. So if she wanted to be leader, then that would make her sort of the odd one out. So quorum of the 5 wisest witches. Then there's law enforcement. Right now, witches who put the coven in jeopardy are sent to exile for a variable amount of time depending on the severity of their actions. This game is the Cosmic Quill Sisterhood. It's a very, very cool choice-based game about, well, it kind of based on tarot, but it's more about making your own divination deck, and you've been exiled for a certain amount of time, and yeah, it's just really cool. There's like, you get to make your own cards, but also influence the fate of your coven, and yeah, it's really fun. It's truly horrible. Not my opinion on the game. Reading the dialogue. My proposal here is that witches accumulate warnings depending on the severity of their transgressions, and eventually, should they fail to change their behaviour, they will be expelled from the coven. No witch should endure what you're going through, Fortuna. Okay, so at least she doesn't agree with exile, but I don't think her law enforcement is good. I much preferred Dahlia's approach, which was basically just, we figure it out together. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, finish Cult of the Lamb, and then you should definitely play this. It's on Switch as well. But yeah, I played the demo for Steam Next Fest and fell in love with it, and obviously I like anything witchy anyway, so this is a good one to go to. Yeah, expulsion after many warnings also feels like it could get easily abused. Like if someone keeps fucking up. Ah, you missed both Judgment and Law Enforcement, and my face is in front of them. Okay, so I'll go through them. Judgment, she decided quorum of the 5 wisest witches, so a council of the 4 oldest witches in the coven plus her, which, you know, is based on the sort of false idea that being older makes you wiser. So it's better than having the gods speak through you, but it's still not very good. And then law enforcement is expulsion after many warnings. And as I was about to say, I think like expulsion after many warnings could easily be exploited, because if there's someone who's like fucking up a lot, but they happen to be like a favorite of the higher ups, then they could just keep getting warnings. Like, how many is many warnings? Is it a set amount? Does it depend on how severe the thing is? Like the US Supreme Court, I don't really know how that works, but I imagine potentially. Oh, as in the Supreme Court of the wisest witches, yeah, because they all old farts agree. Letting witches go to find a new coven that's a better fit is a more humane solution, in my opinion. Then there's the forbidden arts. That's how we deal with hazardous magic and knowledge, such as summoning behemoths, necromancy, and so on. Right now, when the Coven determines something could put our community at risk, we ban it. And I believe it should stay that way, so no changes on that front for my part. Okay, well, fuck you, I guess. Yeah! Everyone summon behemoths. Yeah, unelected oldies in the court that set the stage for the settle a nation way of things without much interference or democracy. Yeah. I feel like this coven could easily go that way as well. And the forbidden arts, like we talked about it last time, I think Dahlia's approach was that she would like unban everything and then just have a system of like education and what's it called? Harm reduction in place. So it's not that it's banned, it's that like you can do it, but make sure you know the risks of doing the thing, and like make sure everyone knows that, which I think is a healthier way to deal with things. It is basically equates to a better way of dealing with like drug legality in the real world. Okay, mortal affairs. That's how we deal with humans and other lesser beings. Adana determined that mortals should be exploited and manipulated for witches' convenience. I don't like that at all. I don't believe any soul to be a lesser being to begin with. I believe we have the responsibility to protect and guide mortal societies. We have the power to better their lives, so we must do so. And last but not least, there are the witch duties. Okay, the mortal affairs thing. I'm glad she doesn't want to cut off all contact, but guide and protect is a very paternalistic view of things, and even though she's like, I don't think anyone is lesser. She's also saying we have more power than them, therefore we should influence their lives. Where in reality we don't need to. Okay, so the witch duties. That defines what members' obligations to the coven are. Right now, we have the infamous quarterly controls, and should a witch fail to deliver, they'll eventually lose their membership. I propose a policy of zero vigilance, to trust a member of our coven will always strive to better our community. Contribution should be at every witch's own pace and discretion. Oh, there's also the issue regarding what to do with Adana's corpse. Yeah, the lesser beings comment really seeping in there. It did feel weird. Freedom and trust in witch duties, I don't hate. I think that's, like, as a general guiding principle, pretty good. And also allows for, like, if a witch is going through a rough patch, then they don't have to contribute as much that time, and then they can, like, make it up when they have the ability and energy. I think Dahlia's was based around a magic tax, which I was just kind of, like, neutral on. Better than the quarterly controls. I say we should devour her and become stronger. That basically sums it up. What do you think? Can I count on your support? Well, I've already promised Dahlia that I'd help her, so I'm not gonna, like, say yes to both of them, because that would just be silly. And overall, I don't agree with her stance on judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, mortal affairs, or what to do with Adana's corpse. So I wouldn't have agreed with her anyway. I can't. I already promised Dahlia I'd help her. Oh, is that true? I wasn't aware she came to you first. I'm sorry. Seems sound. I still feel I'd be for Dahlia on most things, but witch duties is the one thing about Jasmine I can kind of agree with. Yeah, honestly. I mean, if they worked together and, like, had some discussions, then we could combine both of their manifestos into something really good. But I have a feeling this is going to drive a wedge between them. Well, it's important to keep one's word, so I won't insist. Okay, at least she's not going to try and push me into it. But this doesn't mean I won't try to win you over. There's a lot of campaigning still to come. Oh no, I'm going to get flyered. In fact, listen, there's someone I would like you to meet. Maybe she'll make you more sympathetic to our cause. Junracia, the mathematician witch. Oh, this is the person who made the Fate-Mancer disc. She also believes we should devour Adana and become stronger. Junracia is the oldest and wisest witch in our coven after Adana. I'm sure she can make a strong case for why we should absorb our former leader's corpse. Sure, tell her to pay me a visit. For now, I should be leaving. There are a lot of people I need to meet to get my campaign in motion. Take care. Do your best. My boy Abramar. He's back. Ah, the fresh smell of political turmoil. Rejoice, Fortuna, this is the perfect scenario to, quite literally, play our cards. Laughing at his own joke. Things could get messy from this point on, yeah. How do you feel about politics? Oh my, there's an option for I'd rather keep politics out of my games. No, put as much politics in your games. Abramar, yeah, that's a really cool emote. In terms of party politics, I would say a necessary pain in the ass. Yeah, I see how they could become suffocating for a mortal. Too many hows and whys. I think it's important to stay in touch to a degree if you don't want to be insensitive to the status of your community. Exactly. But I sure hate many things about it. Yeah, after 3 years being a student in student politics, and then another nearly 3 years being a staff member in student politics, it gets a lot. Hehe, I get it. What are your plans for these elections then? Why did you choose to go with Dahlia? The last comment is a jab at the Gamer Bros. We love to see it. It fully is, and I wish they would see it, but I feel like a lot of those Gamer Bros would not play the game in the first place. Although there are quite a few big titty witch ladies in the trailer, so maybe they would. Jasmine isn't strong enough. I like Dahlia's program better. Dahlia strikes me as a more inspiring leader. Or, I don't know, instinct. Well, the reality is, we broke down both of their programs based on my political views and the political views of, like, Game Assist as a project, and we like Dahlia's better. She may get upset about it, but she'll have to understand. The direction of the coven is not a matter to be taken lightly. If either of them don't respect my stance, they aren't suited to lead to begin with. Good point. By the way, I'm curious about one thing. Why didn't you tell any of your friends about the true nature of your divination? You know, the little detail about being a writer and not a reader. I'm scared. I'm scared about how they would react. But I'm also afraid of myself. I'm still figuring out what this rediscovered power means and what to do about it. I don't feel any different, but the pressure is immeasurable. I see. I'm afraid too. But I'm here with you. I love my, however big he is, like 30-foot behemoth best friend. I can help you get through this, Fortuna. Whoa, are you so afraid that you're desperate to be on my good side? You wish, witch. Jokes aside, I already told you that this is the first time I've ever encountered, throughout my many existences, something that truly terrifies me. But I'm starting to enjoy that feeling. Makes me feel alive. I wouldn't mind partaking in that thrill. Why don't you write yourself some courage? Okay, I'll draw myself one card. Wait. I was just pulling your leg. This is too risky. What if you draw a card ripe with fire magic and you end up in a bad place? A seer shouldn't be scared of their deck. I'll do it, or you're right, better not play with fire. I mean, if I'm using this deck to determine the fates of other people, now that we know it's not just a prediction, it comes true, then I should especially not be afraid of my own deck, and I shouldn't be using it on other people if I'm scared to use it on myself. Yeah, I'd love to be able to draw more courage in my life. A seer shouldn't be scared of their deck. I'll do it. Aren't you afraid of the consequences? Of course, but if I let fear dictate my actions, I would never have summoned you to begin with. You may be right. What exactly are you planning to ask anyway? It's more of a request than a question. I want to demand that the deck submit to my will. It's not likely I'll ever stop using it, so I'd better tame it. You sure are something else. Let's see how this gamble of yours plays out. I didn't make that card. How did that get in there? The cosmic wheel spins forever between the folds of existence. It holds inside its clockworks every piece of reality that is yet to be defined. It means everything. And I have one choice. The cosmic wheel has decided to manifest as a card and will allow me to envision every possible past or future. That is mental. Game name drop. They said the thing, guys. You summoned the fucking cosmic wheel out of sheer willpower. It does look like a sick card. Hehehehe. I think I'm in love. Shut up. Well, how does it work? This card will be in my deck from now on. If I draw it, it'll allow me to access every possible outcome of a question. Oh my god, that's insane. You didn't fully remove the element of chance, then. That'd make divination pretty dull, right? What a lame thrill seeker you are. Hehehe. He laughs a lot, and I don't like reading laughter, because to me, in my head, this just reads as ha 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 ha. You're right. It was also a perfectly balanced elemental card. It gave me one of everything. Congratulations. You never cease to amaze me. Glad to see you're having fun. Speaking of fun, looks like you've got mail. Oh, I do? Oh my gosh, I have three mails. We're really trekking into chaotic territory with this one. We really are. It was a achievement as well. Okay, so we have Dahlia bringing the newcomer, the mathematician witch wanting to come visit, and then Thea. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna invite Thea over first because it's about Grief. Who was the person who had combined with the behemoth. Luckily, I'm quite familiar with where we were in the game because I edited the VOD today. Hello again, Fortuna. How are you? Hello, Thea. Get on with the bad news already. Ah, of course. I got my promotion, just as you foretold. I am waxing gibbous now. The downside is that I did so by arresting your friend Grief for breaking the magical pact. No, Grief, this is my fault. Why, did you collude with the summoning of this behemoth? No, I'm talking about my prediction. Come on, that can't be your fault. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Come on, Fortuna, don't torture yourself like that. You wouldn't understand. What is there to understand? Is there something we're not aware of? Stop writing shit down. Leave me alone now, please. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Before I leave, Grief wanted you to have something. New Arcana unlocked. Griefarian. Yeah, I did not expect this. Whoa, it costs a lot. Griefarian. Terrors often roam the cosmos, unable to harm anyone until someone lets them in, and they become the fears of a whole sisterhood. Take care, Fortuna. Jeez. Okay. Let's meet this newcomer then. Yo, Fortuna, the newcomer I told you about is ready to meet you. She doesn't even have a familiar yet, so I'm contacting you on her behalf. Say the word and I'll bring her to your place, Dahlia. That card is very intense. Oh! What it... Fuck me, I look like shit. I don't know why I even bothered to go shopping if I don't feel like eating. I guess my future self will thank me when I get stoned tonight. Oh, there's 3 options. Oh no. Okay, right. Today is my birthday. I should have gotten myself a cake or whatever. I'm not sure what's happening. I invited over the newcomer and now we're in a lift shaft. Unless we're literally about to see the newcomer get, like, ascended. I'll put a candle on a hot dog or something. Will Dennerton release a new game soon? It's been way too long since Hotline Miami 3. Maybe I can start another run of Elden Ring too. Okay, so we're in the future. I don't know why I even get up in the morning. Life doesn't make any fucking sense. Reminder of the trigger warnings. I don't make any fucking sense. How does everyone else manage not to hate themselves? I wish I was brave enough to drop out of uni. I don't even like computer science. God, I'd rather kill myself than go to work in an office. I'd rather not work at all. I wish there was a way to stop existing altogether. It's not enough that I have to live trapped in this body. I can't even leave the dome to escape everyone. I feel like based on the timeline, because we know Fortuna became a witch in like the 60s or 70s, because her sister became a witch in roughly the present day when she died of old age. I feel like this is in the future, because they've mentioned games that don't exist yet, and also having to leave the dome, which was also something that Fortuna predicted about cities being protected by domes because of global warming. Pardon me. Also, this might be the person with gender dysphoria. I wish I was born before the dome era. It's time for another super bacteria to come and sweep us all away again. I'm sure that with my luck I'd be among the survivors. I hope those idiots don't ask me to hang out today for my birthday. I don't feel like seeing anyone. Fuck, I forgot the toilet paper. Surprise! Come on, guys. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Dead name. Lovely. Love that. Happy birthday to you. Woo. Damn. I really like these breaks from the like standard gameplay loop. They're really interesting. I feel for this person too. Anne. Happy birthday. Did we surprise you? Come on, make a wish. Okay, so Anne is this person in the green. I wish. Don't say it out loud or it won't come true. Okay. In that case. And here they are. I guess they got their wish of wanting to not exist anymore if they managed to ascend. Welcome, I'm Fortuna, nice to meet you. What's your name? I don't know. Oh, that's fine. I guess you're still figuring things out. Ah, yes, first I need to come to terms with being in outer space and having become a witch? That's right, you're a witch now, girl. How do you know I'm a woman? Only women can become witches, so there's no doubt about it. Okay, so we had this question last time. Only women are witches, and it's not transphobic. Everyone seems to be clearer than me on everything. I haven't even had the chance to get out of the closet to myself, but everyone here keeps addressing me as a woman. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you rather have me switch back to masculine pronouns? Hell no. I'm sorry. I'm just angry it didn't all happen on my terms. Well, you have an eternity ahead of you to enjoy your true self. I guess I should be celebrating. But I can't still picture myself out of this ugly beard and hoodie. I believe I can help you with that if you'd like. What do you have in mind? Some kind of glow-up? You'll be the one doing the transition. I'll just offer some guidance. It's not very different from what all of us witches had to go through. None of us ascended in these cool robes and hats. I'm an engineer. I wouldn't even know where to begin with designing an outfit. It'll all come to you. Trust me. Shall we perform a rite? I did it for my sister once. You can just relax. This is a pretty cool moment in a witch's life. I'm in your hands, whatever. First of all, I'm gonna summon a Fate Mancer's disc to check on our chances of success for the ritual. Chances of success? Does this mean I can fail? Not really, it just means you'll take more time to figure out your witch identity, but it'll come to you in time. Great. Just try to enjoy it. Sure. What do I have to do? There are many ways to go about this. My favourite one is by making some tea. Ooh, very pretty. I'm going to interview you to try and find some elements that are fundamental to your essence. Then we'll pour them into this teapot and brew a cathartic infusion. This sounds so surreal. But sure, I'm game. It can be pretty delicious. A good friend of mine taught me this method, and now I wouldn't go about it any other way. I'm kind of envious, since this is something a witch can only taste before transitioning. Are you ready? Of course. Interview the shit out of me. The teapot's really cute. This character's really cute. I love their hair so much. Question. What would you dream of doing as a witch? I don't know. What does a witch typically do? Eat children and curse towns? No. Well, not typically. You can do whatever you want. Some of us take care of magical gardens, some others craft daggers, some others organize cosmic orgies. Myself, I dabble in divination. I don't know. I just want to have fun. Make some true friendships. Visit different places. I felt trapped for too long in my apartment. I want to be free. You can do all that outside of your occupation. Any crafts you may be interested in? I don't know. I was preparing myself to become a computer engineer. I also enjoy growing stuff, so making potions? Or maybe an explorer? Any excuse to visit lots of cool places. I see. What to add as your vocation? I picture you as a travelling merchant witch. That definitely has the opportunities to visit places. Ah, the travelling part sounds fun. But I don't know if I have the charisma to become a merchant. You do. We witches all have charisma. I'd say one can't ascend without the necessary charisma. Comes with the package. All witches have riz. Once you found your true self, I'm sure you'll be radiant. I hope so. Alright, I think I can picture myself roaming the cosmos with my wares. Nice. Tell me about yourself. What to say about myself? What do you like to do? A bit of your background, whatever you think is essential to your being. When I was about 10 years old, I saw a boar trample a friend to death during a school trip. That is oddly specific. It's the first thing that came to mind, and I find myself thinking about it too often whenever my mind's idle. Of course, let it flow. I like electronic music, video games, spicy food, Western movies, and gardening. Oh, gardening can be a great asset for a witch. Well, I mostly grew marijuana and chili peppers. Is there pot in space? There is. Everything in the universe. Space pot! But recreationally speaking, there's way better stuff you can get a hold of now, being a witch and all. Nice, I could do with some of that. Sure, I'll set you up with a friend of mine. Did you do anything creative? Not really. Maybe cooking. I love cooking, but too often I find myself too depressed to cook anything at all. Well, you have all the time in the world now. Sure. So, did you find anything useful? I don't want to add childhood trauma. I think electronic music could be fun. Let's add electronic music. Why that out of everything? Music has some mystical properties to it that allow us to connect with what we can't verbalize. It's a magic language in its own right. Cool. Let's continue. What would your ideal aesthetic be? Ugh, I don't have a single clue. Definitely not this. Use your instincts. Pour out any keywords that may come to mind. I don't know. What could be the opposite of this? I'm too embarrassed to say anything out loud, to be honest. I'm not comfortable speaking so openly about how I'd like to look. Take your time. Something flashy? Sexy? Ah, shit, what am I saying? I feel like any look would be too big for me to fill. I want to feel good about myself, but I also don't want to overdo it. A witch isn't capable of overdoing her looks. You met Dahlia, right? Fuck yes, but she is one hell of a woman. You're a hell of a woman too. I don't feel so ready to own that. Okay, how about something empowering? Because I don't just want to go straight for sexy, and I do not like the phrasing of exotic. Something empowering. Ah, I'd love that. Do you really think I could pull it off? I don't have any doubt. Okay, let's go with empowering then. Cool. I have enough, let's pour you a cup. The odds on that disc of yours aren't as high as I'd like them to be. They're good enough. Fill the rest with your willpower. You can do this. Ah, alright, let's drink this. Cheers. Oh! Oh, she's so pretty. All the chili peppers. Oh my goodness, you look amazing. Do I? The peppermancer? Yes, you are stunning. Can't wait to get in front of a mirror, but I feel stunning myself, yes. I feel weightless. This is amazing, Fortuna. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Congratulations. How can I ever repay you? You just become the best witch you can be. Enjoy it. You can count on it. Can you feel it now, your calling? Yes, I am the peppermancer. That is so cool. What are your powers about? I don't know yet. Something spicy, that's for sure. I need to find a fitting name for this persona. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do from now on. Ah, so many questions. I feel anxious and excited. I'm so happy for her too. She looks so much happier. I can help you out with that. My specialty is helping witches dealing with questions using my deck. Oh, Dahlia told me about that. I was kind of bummed when you decided to brew some tea instead of letting me see your deck. So yes please, I'd love to see your cards in action. It will be my pleasure. I propose we look into what role you'll play in the coven, so you can form a better picture of where to direct your training. Yeah, that's cool. Also, what do you say we look into the future to see what you'll call yourself so you can start using your name right away? Yes, please. I can't go by Untitled Witch Project forever. Nice. Anything else you want to ask while we're at it? I'm fine with just that. Let's leave some room for discovery. Very well. Now focus on these questions while I shuffle my deck. Okay. I always assign cards based on the order that I'm drawing them. That's just how I do card stuff. The first question gets the first card. So internal tribulation is roll. Okay. Your talents will grow exponentially in a very short amount of time, and you will even get to surpass some of the oldest witches. At some point you will break the magical pact and will be forced to serve as an arbiter. That's boring. You are going to grow magical peppers, and they are going to be in high demand, especially the lust reapers, which will multiply sexual arousal and stimulus. Your beginnings will be tough. Conservative witches will put you through absurd trials just to undermine the validity of newcomers. I like this one, but I like the peppers one as well. The peppers one is fun. You are going to grow magical peppers, and they are going to be in high demand, especially the lust reapers, which will multiply sexual arousal and stimulus. Hell yeah! That sounds like totally my shit. I know a great deal of witches who want to bid on your harvest. That is just perfect. Some business is just what I need to keep my mind off the astral mess I've gotten myself into. I'm eager to learn the ropes of witchcraft. You better get ready for a crash course. Totally. I'm supposed to grow some peppers and I don't even have a home or a garden yet. You should talk with Jasmine about that. She's a gardener too. I'm sure she can set you up with a nice cosmic parcel. Perfect. I'll go and meet her after this meeting. Thank you so much. You're welcome. And then name. The Unforgiven. Nova the Peppermancer, Ileana the Peppermancer, or Faye? I like Nova, and both of these cards have had like a space element to them, so I feel like Nova is fitting. And they're all balanced elementally. Nova. Whoa, Nova. Sounds so alien to me. It feels like stealing from a name from the identity database or something. But I like it a lot. I'll do my best to live up to this name. Thank you so much, Fortuna. You are welcome, Nova. That's a wrap. How did you like my divination? Super cool, you've got a great talent. Although I'm not sure if I'll resort to it again anytime soon. There's something dreadful in becoming aware of fate's existence and knowing you can't escape it. Yeah, Ileana was pretty as well. Faye is just kind of generic. It's a nice name, but like, the others I think were nicer. Not that you're to blame, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it can cause that effect. I'm sure I'd lose it if I had a talent like yours. So tempting and so scary at the same time. I'll stick to the peppermancy. It can be maddening at times, yes. What are you planning to do now? Dahlia wanted to introduce me to more people. And now I feel ready for it, thanks to you. Happy to hear that. Please come and visit me anytime. I will. Goodbye. Oh, I'm so happy for her. Okay, let's meet this mathematician. For the attention of which Fortuna, our colleague Jasmine asked me to meet with you to explain the advantages of devouring Adana and becoming stronger as a group. This is an important matter, so let me know when I can visit, at your earliest convenience. Faithfully, Jinracia. Oh my gosh. Ooh, a mummy. Welcome, thank you for coming. Thank you for having me. I'm not used to dealing with young witches, so first of all, excuse me if I say something too blunt or out of place. Don't worry, that introduction was polite enough. Good. You need to vote for Jasmine. I don't care for her program, really. It is just imperative that we eat Adana's corpse. Whoa, I thought you came by to do some convincing, not just to order me around. We are inches away from unlocking a new whole dimension of understanding. There will always be time to open the gates to more witches. Who knows? It's possible that if we ascend higher, we can directly grant illumination to anyone. That would be very convenient, huh? I can expose some pretty solid arguments if I may. Be my guest. Do you mind if I summon a Fate Mancer's disc to calculate the chances of our interests will align? I know your disc's secret. And what that be? Your invention is pretty convenient for any witch facing some kind of critical situation. What they don't know is that the disc is also recording everything, collecting information for you. Damn. That is true indeed. How did you learn about it? My third eye isn't just for looking. I believe you to be the first person to know. Please don't disclose this to the rest of the coven, or you will deprive them of an essential tool. How about you make the disc stop stealing info? That I won't do. To collect intel on witches' dire situations is in fact its main purpose. Don't you have any sense of ethics? Ethics lose all meaning when you spend a decade trapped inside the dungeons of the Inquisition. I need to gather as much information as possible for the betterment of my holistic formula. I won't disclose any secrets if that is what you are worried about. Still, the mere knowledge of your peers' issues is a clear violation. That's irrelevant. Those are the ethics of the privileged. When you are faced with death, when you become a survivor, it's all about the results. How about you summon a Minister of Secrets at least, so you can't possibly disclose any sensitive information? I don't see it as necessary, but I will if that keeps you from sabotaging my project. It'll make me feel better, yeah. Understood. Do you mind if I summon a Fate Mancer's disc anyway? I'd rather do this without the disc. A pity. Understood, we'll do this the old-fashioned way. The first thing I want to use to demonstrate the advantages of harnessing power is a present. I learned that you craft your own cards using arcana. With enough power, you could create your own and not be limited to the ones found in a grimoire. Here. New arcana unlocked. The penitent one. The lone survivor of the Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow, so named because those in the congregation took a vow of silence as a form of penance. Man has a drill for a head. While I was at the mercy of the Inquisition, I met a penitent pilgrim. I don't remember hearing about the Inquisition, because they seem to be different to the Arbiters. The Arbiters are the like, magic police. He didn't say anything, but he left a lasting impression on me. Using my holistic formula, I captured his essence in the form of a super arcana for you to use in your divination. Think about the possibilities if you are able to etch any element of the cosmos that marked you into a card. That would come in handy, but is that enough of a reason to keep more witches from ascending? Especially as, like, Dahlia specifically wanted us to meet Nova to be like, hey, look at what diversity can bring us. And I still think that having a larger, more diverse group of witches is power in itself than just becoming stronger. It feels too egotistical. I'm aware that for someone as intelligent as you, flattery won't be enough to make up your mind. So next, allow me to make a demonstration of power. Oh, thrilling. What do you have in mind? Thanks to my understanding of the holistic formula, I made myself immune to fate. Ha. Ha ha ha. Sorry, I laughed. It sounds way too ludicrous. Then go ahead, read my fortune. Throw me your meanest card. It will be my pleasure. But wait, my formula may damage your deck in the process. Are you sure you still want to go through it? I love having the secret knowledge. You're planning to dispel my card, aren't you? How did you... Is there a way to get a hold of one of those magnificent third eyes of yours? Would you like me to help you find one through my divination? Ah, that sounds tempting. But as I told you, I am immune to the arts of fate. Not much of a perk right now, huh? It's alright, I have my own ways. Even at the cost of a card, do you still want me to demonstrate? I believe it would be a very valuable lesson. I haven't made any particularly powerful cards, and unless she fucking gets rid of the cosmic wheel, I think I'm willing to do it. Do your worst, I'm not scared. Draw a card. I still need you to ask a question of sorts to effectively draw a card. And who knows, maybe you'll be surprised. I won't. But I'll play along. Is there a way for you to effectively access my fate? So you're basically challenging me, huh? I'm offering us both growth. Here we go. Oh, but this one's so pretty though. I mean, it is the Bad Omen card, so... You are going to destroy this card. Shit, so there's no way around it. I'm afraid not. Could you just not destroy it? Lesson learned. That would be paradoxical. If you dispel it, you're effectively following fate. That is true. We can call it a draw if you like. But I'm going to dispel that card. No. At least I got the energy back. No, you haven't just dispelled a card. You obliterated a lot of time I invested in its art. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on that one. Don't worry, the arcana and the energy you spent on it went back to your grimoire. Now they can become something new. That's the beauty of entropy. I can see the beauty of it, yes. That pleases me. Most young witches have too much animosity towards entropy. How does Jasmine know this person? I'm not sure. I mean, she's apparently one of the oldest witches in the coven, and Jasmine wanted to recruit a council of the oldest witches, so maybe she, like, started getting chummy with them first. It's only after embracing entropy that we can fully access growth and regeneration. It can still be a pain in the ass, though. That duality is what makes it the most beautiful thing. I have one more gift. I'd love for you to explore the blessing of entropy. Ooh. This is a special dark matter serum instilled using the holistic formula. Add it to your cauldron and it will allow you to dispel cards. This way, you'll be able to recover the arcana and energy you use, and create greater room for experimentation and thus growth. Oh, that's interesting. So, like, if there's a card that I'm not happy with, I can destroy it and, like, remake it with stuff that I now have that I didn't have before. Oh, that is interesting. I'll treasure it. Don't. Just use it. I know, entropy. It was a figure of speech. Words aren't excluded from the power of entropy. Keep that in mind. Understood, thank you. So, are you more prone to devour Adana than embrace her gifts? It still doesn't outweigh welcoming new sisters. Oh, interesting, but like, would the elements we used in the card be completely gone, or can we reuse it differently? I can't remember the exact elements that went into that other card, but it seemed to give us back like all of the elements, or at least a decent percentage of them. And we get to reuse... Wait, elements as in fire, water, earth or air? Or the pictures and stuff? Because it also seemed to suggest that like the backgrounds and the arcana and the symbols have gone back into the grimoire as well, so I can use them in new configurations. Yeah, it seems like we get them back to then apply to... If we get a new background, or like, for example, we've unlocked these super arcana, we can combine those with the background that I'd already used to make like the first card, for example. Shame. Jasmine will be disappointed. But I'll give you time. You're still young. Experiment with entropy. Sure. I'll be leaving now. Very well, thank you for coming. Quite a character, this Junracia. I kind of liked her, to be honest. Like, I don't agree with her, but I like her. I sympathize with her. She has that kind of look only a behemoth can recognize. What do you mean? Those eyes. You only get them once you manage to peek behind the curtain. They evoke a calm dread, if that makes any sense. I can picture myself getting there at some point if I keep delving into the mysteries of this deck. Maybe, maybe not. You're too stubborn for that. Hey, I'm not that obstinate. If anything, I see you requiring the presence of a master. It requires a special kind of confidence to evoke that. Oh, thank you. Only idiots and erudites manage to get there, and I'm still on the fence about which one you are. Hee 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 hee. Very funny. By the way, that dark matter serum is quite the asset. You think so? Of course, your first cards bear the innocence of the student. That's very romantic and all, but as you develop your expertise, you can recraft those arcana in a more knowledgeable way. I suggest you try it out. I just added a drop to your cauldron over there. Just add a drop to your cauldron over there and you'll get to dispel a card and recover the arcana and the energy you sealed into them. Maybe I'll give it a try. It's going to be tough to part ways with those nice pieces of art though. Maybe. You won't be able to reduce your deck size below 4 cards anyway. You've grown too powerful for that. Your divination won't be able to withstand a reading with less than 4 cards at this point. The omnipotent paradox. More or less, yeah. I'll leave you to it. I think I do want to dispel one of my early cards. You cannot dispel the cosmic wheel. Like, this is not my best work. The Primeval Ballad, and also was entirely pink. There we go. And now maybe I can try making a new one. Because I've got a decent amount of energy. I feel different. Adana's eye is pulsing inside my skull. I feel as if I could see beyond the pictorial representations of Arcana. Maybe I could spend a little magic to peek behind the cosmic curtain. What do you mean? Oh, I can study it. Ooh. Yeah, I would say this game is definitely worth it. I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. Obviously, I've been putting a lot of hours into it. I think based on the way that your decisions affect the game, there's also some replayability. I'm interested in the road. Oh, ancient eye of our former leader, allow me to pierce through the fabric of this magic. I desire to know more. Ah, okay, so it can tell me what elements it's gonna add. Context, perception, conscience, and coexistence. Yeah, there's no way there's only one way to play the story here. Yeah, for sure. Even if it's just a case of picking Dahlia or Jasmine as the next leader. Okay. Who do I want to travel the road? I quite like the banner bearer. I've been eyeing him up for a bit. I feel like there needs to be some water in here. Ooh, Minister of Secrets. What do I want to give to my little banner bearer? Veridus mirror, a mirror that only shows the reflection of its owner. You can't lie while looking at it, so witches use it to find out if they are fooling themselves, which happens quite often. I quite like that. Where do I want to put the little mouse? Here's pretty good. The banner bearer. Can I fit it on the flag? Yeah. And put this little eye on him. Give him a silly little eye. I can put a shield up on the level crossing and put a mask on it. I'm just making shit up at this point. And maybe put some roses in the background. Nice little rose bush. Actually, no, I can put the tragedy mask on. I'll put the eye on the mirror. And I'll put the tragedy mask on the mouse. Tragedy mouse. There we go. I could probably make this whole thing a bit bigger. Yeah, there we go. Happy with that. Victory Road. We walk the road alone for everyone to see. A grand display of leadership. The cloth speaks of courage. The mirror dispels what isn't true. Justice, communication, peace, leadership, purpose, and courage. Nice. I have a visitor. I'm glad you like the card. I have a lot of fun making them. Sometimes I worry that it's a bit boring watching me play about with the art, but it's fun. Ooh, turtle. Oh, it's Patrice. Oh shit. Fortuna. Not cool, I had to learn you can get visitors now from other than you. I don't know if you're aware of the current state of things, but we need to talk. Patrice. Sister time. Ooh, flashback. Chapter 5. An inquiry into values. Things weren't as easy as you have them right now. When I was about the age of little Michael here, I was already working. What did you do, Grandma? I spent most of my childhood helping my mum sew work clothes for the farmers. Maria Fortuna. I wish I had a job already. I hate school and my allowance is miserable. You make more from your allowance than I made sewing clothes. I got paid 30 cents apiece. What? Then why did you even bother doing it? I had to help my mum. She was paid $2 apiece. But during those times it was enough for us to get by. Why is everything more expensive now, Grandma? I don't think I'm ready to explain that. Ask your dad about inflation when you get home. Did your dad explain it to you? I'm afraid not. My dad died in the war back in Spain. He didn't have time to teach me much, besides how to use a knife and how to cook a mean paella. I love Grandma's yellow rice. You sure do, beautiful. I'll make some paella tomorrow. What do you say? Yes. Yes, yes. Why did you come to America, Yaya? First of all, this is not America. These are the United States. Okay, why did you come to the US? A couple of years after my dad was killed, my mum had to flee to France with me and your Auntie Fortuna to escape from the fascists. Then we moved to the US. What are fascists? Very mean people who don't like anyone who thinks differently from them, or simply is different. Are there any fascists in the US? What a good question! Too many, I'd say. Oh no, what are we going to do, Grandma? Don't worry about it, I'll protect you all. Yaya, tell us more stories about Aunt Fortuna. You know, this is the perfect place for it, since it was on this very beach I saw your aunt for the last time. It was here, where she died? I've told you 1,000 times, your Aunt Fortuna didn't die. She went to live in the stars. Come on, Yaya, I'm old enough already. But it is true. We drove here on a beautiful summer night, just the two of us and our friend Eva. I love Eva, she gives me candy. Yes, Eva's always been a sweetheart. Fortuna made a delicious pizza, and we opened a nice bottle of grape juice. Wine. Yes, wine, Maria Fortuna. I want wine. That night, there was this beautiful meteor shower. So the three of us made a wish. I asked for my sister to be happy. She wasn't happy? She had a good life here, but she needed more. Your auntie is magical. She always had special powers. But this world wasn't ready for all she had to give. Out of the blue, she said, I want to be a witch. I'm scared. Shh, Michael, it's alright. She's a good witch. Then she got up and started walking towards the sea. The stars fell upon her from the sky, but also rose to embrace her from the bottom of the ocean. She walked until she disappeared into the water. She drowned then. No, she went to live in the stars. Don't make me repeat myself. Her body was never found, so she didn't drown. She's in a magical place now, watching over us. Why doesn't she come visit us? That I don't know, sweetheart. Oh. She's here! Hello, Fortuna. Oh no, you're upset. At this point, I'd say I'm more disillusioned than upset. When were you planning on telling me you can accept visitors? She does look very cool. I didn't want to worry you until I figured out this mess. So you managed to get yourself into a new mess even in exile. I don't know why I even keep caring at this point. What do I need to do for you to let your big sister in? Have I ever failed you? Yeah, all of those responses didn't feel great. Patrice, come on. I've explained this to you too many times already. You are in. It's just that I don't like to be saved. And you're always too quick to make my own problems your own. I want you to be my friend, not my mum. Although not even our mum intruded as much as you do. Oh, I know. Who do you think changed your diapers and took you to school? Ah, not this again. Listen, it's been 2 centuries since I last saw you. My little sister would say that to me a lot. What about, I want you to be my friend, not my mum? Yeah. I don't think my sister's 2.5 years younger than me. I don't think she's ever seen me as a second mum, which is nice. Why don't we skip this part and cut to the tense and cordial conversation? Fine. How's Juliet doing? You still together? No, that had to end. We broke up about 50 years ago. What happened? She went and joined the arbitrage office willingly. Can you believe it? Whoa, why did she do that? She was overwhelmed by what being a witch implies. All that freedom, the directionlessness. She depended a lot on me to decide how to use her time, but I'm not the kind to become anyone's conductor. I love that she's not coming to sit at the table, she's just in the window. She was fine whenever she was busy, but every time I needed my space, she had severe episodes of anxiety and depression. She knew she was hurting us both, so in the end her solution was to forego her freedom. From what she's told me in her letters, becoming an arbiter gave her a mission and a purpose. What a shame. Well, whatever works, I guess. Existential dread is a widespread disease among witches. The irony of immortality. How's work? Stupendous, I'd say. While you've been gone, we've managed to become one of the most popular publications among many covens. I even started overseeing a side editorial about magical technology, which has been a hit among witches of the Machina cult. 10 modules you won't be able to live without once you've installed them in your mech. I know. I'm not proud of those kinds of headlines, but they work wonders. Big journalism mood. Oh, she's a journalist like I said she would be. I said she'd become an intergalactic investigative reporter. I'm sure. I find them dumb too, but I gotta say, Cosmic Gazette's top 5 trinkets of the week is one of my favourite sections. I know, we should stop trying to play it smart and embrace our love for random lists. For this year's special, we may even go full bait. Top 10 best lists in the cosmos. This is honestly what my job feels like sometimes. But I'm looking forward to it. And to think I used to be a best-selling author back on Earth. Huh. Are you still checking on your descendants? Nah, I got bored a couple of generations ago. It was important to me to veil over Maria, Fortuna, Eric, Michael, and the rest. And I was genuinely curious about how they raised their children, what became of them all. I don't know, the ego trip of witnessing one's legacy. But at some point it lost all meaning, just became voyeurism, watching strangers go about their lives. They stopped talking about you, huh? Shut up. I know you too well. Prick. Enough catching up. What about you? What have you done this time? What have you done this time? What are you implying? Something embarrassing, dangerous, or illegal, I'm sure. I feel like if I'm going to tell anyone about summoning an arbiter, not an arbiter, sorry, summoning a behemoth, it's going to be my eldest sister, who I want to become close with again. So let's bring out Abramar. Fine, show yourself, Abramar. Holy fuck, Fortuna. A motherfucking behemoth? Pleased to meet you, Patrice. And it talks? What do you mean it talks? We behemoths fucking invented language. And I'm not an it, please refer to me as he. What have you done, Fortuna? I did what I had to do to survive. Survive? This will get you executed, erased from the cosmos. I was living death anyway. 200 years alone on this rock is worse than oblivion, Patrice. Ah, who could blame you, really? Fucking Adana. We have to use the elections as an opportunity to save your ass. I can start by calling in some favors, see if we can get you in the running. Patrice. What? You're doing it again. Stop. This is my mess. I can handle it. You can't handle shit. Look at the situation you've gotten yourself into. I've been a witch for decades longer than you. I don't need your lessons. You may have been my big sister back on Earth, but not anymore. In fact, you're the little sister now. Know your place. What did you just say, you ungrateful piece of shit? You heard me. It's my turn to protect you. Just by colluding with me on this behemoth issue, you could be punished too. I didn't even tell my best friends. That's why I didn't want to get you involved. The fucking nerve. I don't need your help. The sooner you get that into your head, the better. Why did you turn me into a witch then? I did not turn you into a witch. You were destined to become one. How many times do we have to go over this? I just read the cards. Wait. What? Oh my god. Are you alright? I did turn you into a witch. Oh my god, oh my god. I'm so sorry, Patrice. What are you on about? What? You're sorry now? What's going on? Oh shit, your bone cancer. Oh shit, oh my fucking life. Oh god, yeah, because everything she read came true because she was actually writing it. Fortuna, easy. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I recently learned something about my divination that, well, it changes everything. What is going on? I'm not a reader. I'm a writer. What the hell does that mean? Adana's corpse visited me recently. She told me why she sent me into exile and why she took away my deck. I'm not seeing the future. I'm deciding it. Forging what's ahead. I killed you. Whoa, slow down. First of all, we were kids. You're not responsible for my fate no matter the forces behind it. I gave you fucking cancer. Hey, shut it. I had a great life. If not cancer, it would have been a truck or the aftermath of all the drugs I did. I do not hold you accountable for any of that. Still, I'm so sorry. And then, you're right. You've always been right. I turned you into a witch. I couldn't bear you dying and I dragged your soul into space. Well, I do hold you accountable for that. Not that I hate it, being a witch. It beats eternal slumber. However, I think you owe me. You must let me in. You wanted me back in your life so bad you pulled me out of death's embrace. Now own it. This is too much, Patrice. I don't want to read the cards anymore. The responsibility is overwhelming. Listen. I see how your powers present quite an ethical conundrum. But we're not on Earth anymore. I haven't met a single witch that isn't fucking overpowered and exploiting her abilities to satisfy her ambitions. You're like a super witch, so what? Use your powers to do good or whatever. Pardon me. I don't know, Patrice. Moreover, I believe you should act on it. Like that spider guy that Ava liked. Having great power and not using it is irresponsible. It doesn't go like that. No? Well, you get me. But where do I draw the line? Case by case. I know you're a good person. I'm not afraid of letting you tamper with fate. Read the cards for me, come on. We love Uncle Ben wisdom. Really? What about? Read into my end. What? No! Come on, we all have an expiry date, even witches. Write me a beautiful death. Patrice. You know, being aware of how I was meant to die gave me superpowers back when I was immortal. It is weird, but I miss that powerful dread. Please, Fortuna, grant me illumination once again. Alright. I love you, Patrice. I love you too. Whew. This is a hell of a reading to end the stream on. Here we go again. But let me tell you, this is the last time you make me read into your end. You get reincarnated or whatever, you deal with the pain of being alive like the rest of us. Deal. Wait. How does this new deck of yours work? For you it's going to be the same. Mechanically speaking, it's just like tarot. But I crafted this deck myself, capturing arcana inside the cards. So I can fine-tune my style of divination and don't need to be so dependent on the classic tarot symbols. Oh wow, cool. Okay, show me what you've got. Please give me the cosmic wheel. Oh. Okay. A hurricane of air energy will stir luck and call for the unexpected. You will be executed for unleashing a terrible force that will obliterate half the witches in this universe. You will turn yourself into a gemstone trinket to veil over your favourite student. You are destined to go out in a cosmic orgy, your essence scattered throughout 100 lovers. That sounds fun, and also matches the theme of the, like, dominatrix card. Cosmic orgy. Nice. Very nice. This more than makes up for giving me cancer. You'll never stop giving me shit for that now, huh? Can you amend the reading to add some witches from the Machina cult to the orgy? You gotta see their arms, sis. It doesn't work that way. The cards let me access a selection of possible futures, and I scry through them. Can you see how much time I have left? Nope, I'm sorry, but if it didn't come up in the reading, then it's not gonna happen anytime soon. Well, that'll have to do then. So, what do you think of my new deck? It's pretty cool, yeah. I was a bit fed up with tarot, to be honest. Yeah, me too, now that I think about it. It'll take more time to get bored of these cards since I can keep producing new ones. The illustrations, do you make them yourself? They're pretty cool. I compose them with existing arcana, but they leave a lot of room for creativity. I don't know, it's fun. Happy to hear you're having a good time. Okay, we've dealt with my own demise. What do you say we focus on avoiding yours now? Ah, here we go again. Fine, what do you have in mind? I want you to run for leader. What? No! I'm deadly serious. When I learned that Adana died and the coven needed a new leader, I automatically thought of you. Your divination makes you the perfect candidate. That's why it pissed me off extra to discover that you could receive visitors this late. We've already lost a lot of time that we could have put into preparing your campaign. I'm sorry about that, but anyway. Clairvoyance isn't the only quality required to lead. We discovered I'm not a reader but a writer. The responsibility, or Dahlia and Jasmine are already running. I think that would make Fortuna scared to be a leader because of that power. I agree. That she would be scared because of the responsibility. Being a writer makes it even more crucial that you become our leader. What would even be the point of anyone else ruling if you can just sweep away any reality? I could always decide to stop using my powers. Ha, as if. You're never gonna surrender your powers. It'd make you too miserable. I know you too well. Just look where you got to when cornered after 2 centuries of isolation. One day, a critical situation will hit you, or the coven, and you're going to take matters into your own hands. If you do so from the position of leader, you'll handle the situation from the best possible perspective, with all the info that there is to have. And more than that, it's your duty to use your extraordinary powers in service of the coven. That's fine and all, but I already told Dahlia I'd help her become the next leader. What a pity. Let's hope she takes it well when you tell her you're running for leader yourself. But I don't want to run for leader. Come on, Fortuna, you're gonna make me beg? It's not a matter of begging. Running a coven requires way more than manipulating the future. I'm not ready for that. But you are. You're sensitive and smart. Plus you can scry what's ahead. Well, or write what's ahead, whatever. I'll help you with the bureaucracy. We'll make a fine team. I'm interested to see what running for leader would be like. Because part of me is like, do I get to like pick and choose the bits of their manifestos that I like and make the best manifesto? But also, I did make a promise to Dahlia. So I think I should maybe stick to my decision. Yeah, concerned about the choice is fair, like... Yeah, because she has a point that, like, we are gonna want to help when the time comes. And being the leader would give us access to all the information. But also, we have the third eye. And I already said that I'd help Dahlia, and I like the majority of her decisions. So I think for this run in particular, I'm gonna stick to my word and help Dahlia. Ah shit. Fortuna? Don't choose Dahlia, come on. What, why? Dahlia's utopia isn't possible. I reviewed her program and she's going to lead us all to ruin. She's too naive. But, no, it's just not feasible, trust me. You'd be doing Dahlia a favour if you keep her from being the next leader. Whatever, just tell me already what you want me to do. I want you to run for leader, or at least not to support Dahlia. Okay. Well, if I can't support Dahlia, I'm not going to support Jasmine. Because my only options here are support Jasmine or run for leader. And I don't want to support Jasmine because the majority of her ideas are dog shit. So I guess I will at least tell Patrice that I'll run for leader. If there's an option to not run for leader later, I'll take it. This is clearly a very important story beat. Look, fine, you've convinced me, I'll run for leader. Finally. You're gonna make a great leader, trust me. You're not the first one to tell me I'd make a great leader. You are all gonna make me believe I should do it. You should, you must. I'll help you. First order of business is to define a program. I'm gonna go do some shouting. I'll be back with a picture of the current political landscape. Then we can decide where to stand on the hottest topics. Ah, okay, this is all moving so fast. Don't worry, I'll make it easy for you. See you in a bit, get your deck in order, relax a bit, and we'll set everything in motion when I come back. Cool, see you later. Bye. What a bossy sister. Tell me about it. The air seal didn't seem to make a dent on her. I'm a bit disappointed in my magic. I'd say Patrice adores me in her own way. She just has a tough way of expressing love. I'm beginning to think I sided with the wrong sister. Shut up. So, shit is getting real. Are you excited? I'm more anxious than anything. A couple of days out of exile and I already want to be left alone. If I make it to leadership, my first ordinance will be to limit meetings to once a month, I swear. Okay then, what do you need me to do? What do you mean? For example, do you want me to deliver a letter to summon Dahlia and Jasmine to let them hear about your final stance? I should probably have a friendly reunion before the race. You never know how gruesome things will get, and the three of us didn't have the chance to meet just to hang out like old times, so... Do invite them, please. I will. I'm glad you let Patrice know about me. You don't have to worry, she's loyal. Oh, I'm not worried. On the contrary, I'm eager to team up with her. Team up? Come on, you have a behemoth on your side, and you were planning on not using me during the campaign? Just let your sister know about my skills. I'm sure she'll put them to good use. I can spy on opponents, dig up some dirt, spin the cosmic wheel a bit in our favour, you know. Okay. I guess that's a great resource. Yeah, just doing political chaos. But don't you do anything without our approval. Absolutely. It may not look like it, but I'm a team player. Yeah, sure. I think I'm going to lay down for a bit now. I need some rest before facing the mess I've gotten myself into. Talk to you later. You dreamt about some men in crimson suits are following you around the city. You hide yourself in a diner and order a cherry coke. A beautiful old woman sits next to you and offers you her handkerchief. You smell it and you fall in love. So I think I'm going to call it there for tonight. A lot has happened. Damn, I guess we're running for leader of the leader of the coven. Can a woman do that to me, please? Mood. Yeah, I guess we're running for leader of the coven after all of that political debate. This game is so fun and interesting. I'm having a really good time. Thank you so much for all coming to hang out on this Thursday evening. I will see you probably some point next week, probably with more Cosmic Wheel, but also look out for some special charity streams coming in the future. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you soon. Bye!